Before we are going to dive into today's video, I quickly want to share the importance of switching off in collaboration with Emma Sleep. I personally have reduced screen time a lot lately, and I'm also learning to really take time for myself to meditate, to chill, take care of myself and my body. And I personally love reading a book in fresh, soft, crispy sheets. Our bedroom is actually super simple, minimalistic. We literally only have our bed, our nightstands in the room, and a plant. So we can really unwind after a long, busy day without any distraction or seeing clutter everywhere. A few months back, we ditched our old mattress and got ourselves the Emma Hybrid mattress, which is an award-winning one. And I personally move a lot in my sleep. It drove my husband crazy. But with this mattress, he doesn't even notice me moving, which is absolutely great. And this gravity blanket is called a Emma Hug, which is literally how it feels. It is one of my favorite products from Emma. It's the best thing you can give yourself or to someone else. I cannot sleep without it anymore. It feels amazing. I'm not joking when I say our room is freezing cold because that's how my husband likes it. I personally don't. So sleeping with this Emma Hug blanket, I don't even notice a cold. I fall asleep so much faster, so much deeper. It's the best. The diamond topper, which we have, is also perfect when you're struggling with the preference in temperature. Thanks to its design, the temperature is perfectly adjusted. And on top of the topper, we also use the Emma Mattress Protector, which is 100% water, moisture, and spill proof, which is perfect if you have children as well. And it protects you from dust, mites, and allergens. My discount code DILANSABA is valid on everything, even on sale. Emma has fast free delivery, 100 nights, free trials, and free returns. So I'd say happy shopping and happy sleeping. Let's dive into this video. Alrighty tighty. Let's do some glam. The last week I've been very sick. First it was my son, then it was my husband, then it was my turn. And I was just so sick. I haven't been this sick in years. Also, we are going to ignore my nails in this video because tomorrow I have a nail appointment. But I just wanted to do some glam. I've received some new things that I want to try, and I haven't done glam in a long time, and I just want to really look natural. I actually received a huge box full of Estee Lauder Double Wear foundations, and you either love or hate this foundation. Back when I was a teenager, I loved this foundation because it gave me there was not a single foundation out there that had more coverage than Double Wear. At least that was my experience back then. And then I really disliked it because it was just too much, and it's just it's really high coverage. But now I'm let me apply this again, but then in this new modern type of way. So I have two colors from which I felt was the best match. So this is the shell beige for N1. It's like a neutral color, and then this is probably a little bit too yellow. This is cashew, which was my color back in the days. I still think it's annoying that there's no pump on this thing. I know you can get a pump separately, but it should change. It should come with a pump, I think. I'm actually going to mix this foundation with this Skin Glass from Natasha Denona. It's still one of my favorite brands. A tiny bit of this Fluid Sheer from Armani. This is in number 2. So we have our shimmer fluid thing going on. Okay, let's just mix this. So taking my curved kabuki brush from Sigma, and I'm just going to do one side of my face first. So I think it's so weird how it really matches nicely in real life, and then when I'm editing it looks so much more warm on camera than it does in reality, if that makes sense. But hello glow. I'm loving the glow so far. This looks so natural to me, and I still have coverage, not too much, so I feel like I can use a tiny bit more coverage right on my cheek. Wow, I'm pretty impressed with this one, because I think on its own, going full in with this foundation, I think that's going to be a little bit too much for me, for my liking. Okay, I honestly never thought that this foundation would feel so comfortable on the skin and look so natural. Just going in with Pat McGrath Labs concealer, and obviously we're just going to let this sit for a while. Going to use a tiny bit of concealer on the back of my hand and just going to carve out my brow. I know it's still, people are still like, are you still carving out your brows? Yes, I do, because I have like an older, you can't really tell on camera, but like an older permanent makeup kind of thing, and I feel like it still looks very neat. And if I do this, I do think like I don't need that much brow product, if that makes sense. You see, I'm making my brows a little bit more straight. I think this is still my favorite like eyebrow pencil. This is the Precisely My Brow Pencil number 4 from Benefit. So Refi has this new brow products. I love that brand so much. I think their whole PR team, their marketing team, they're just geniuses. They are amazing. I love every single product that I've used. So I'm going to use soft brown. This is my first time using this. And I think this looks pretty interesting. It reminds me of a Givenchy mascara, if I'm not wrong. I'm really starting to like how my complexion looks like. The foundation feels so comfortable, but I do feel like it's getting a little darker on the skin. So that is something to keep in mind. I think I'm going to do like complexion first and then eyes. And I got these new amazing looking brushes from Sigma, and this is in collaboration with Kristen Dominique. And I think they look so nice. I'm going in with this Laguna 03 bronzer from NARS to contour my face. I feel like it's such a nice contour shade. Lately, like I've discovered that bringing my contour all the way up to like almost like to the sides of my mouth really doesn't suit my face. I actually like it when I kind of like stop right here, or else it's just gonna make my face look very weird. So it's a good thing to know that if you see something, you know, online on me or your whatever, your favorite influencer, celebrity, makeup artist, what they're doing on their models or on themselves, it doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's going to look good on you as well. Oh my god, I am loving this complexion so far. Like it looks so good. I'm not sure if it's like the glass skin or the foundation, or I don't know, it looks really nice. Taking the smaller nose contour brush, I am quickly going to define my nose with this, and I just really like to define this area right here. I'm actually going to blend this concealer like that. Okay, I feel like I should have used a corrector first. So this is the Sigma, I got this today or yesterday, Spectrum Color Correcting Duo Light to Medium, and they're a little bit more pink in real life. So I'm going to use this darker pink color with my fingers, and I'm just going to place it right where you can see some, you know, like dark circles. I want to do like a very subtle smoky eye using like 1 or 2 colors. And I've never used these from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Matte Eyes Smoky Taupe. And to be completely honest, I haven't used it because I haven't heard good things about it, and I'm still going to give it a try because, you know, like I haven't used it, so I don't know if it's good or not. I'm not really sure why people didn't like it, but I think the color looks amazing, so I'm just gonna go in and we'll see. Matte, so far it's blendable. So far I like it, but it's not like mind-blowingly good, but I do love the color though. I wish it was slightly more pigmented, I guess. This is a classic one, MAC Give Me Sun, just to make it like a tiny bit warmer and blend it with the rest of my face. I also got this Morphe palette. This is the Matte Essentials, and just to give it a tiny bit more oomph, like dimension to the eye, I'm just going to make it a tiny bit more smoky. This is actually a lip contour from Huda Beauty, but I'm using this on my eyes. This is the 2.0 Rich Brown, and I feel like this, maybe you shouldn't use this on the eyes, but I never had problems with it, and I think like the brown color looks so nice and rich. This is the Pixie Silky Eye Pen, the black one. And I'm quickly going to tightline and add a tiny bit more dimension. Like that. I'm going to share a tip with you that I got from Sir John himself. He is the makeup artist of Beyonce, and he actually recommended using this Studio Mac Fix in NW 58. I think this was the darkest shade, I think, I'm not sure, but he uses this as an eyeshadow and it looked so gorgeous on the model, and I felt like I was missing something, like a little bit of warmth, but then I didn't want to make it too dark or like too warm, and I think this is like perfect to just apply this a little bit on like the edges so that it blends nicely. That's a tiny bit more warmth without making it too like orangey or like, I don't know. So I'm also using this on my lower lash line. Then I'm just going to really blend this. This is a NYX eye pencil in deepest brown. I don't want to make this too extremely smoky or thick. Okay, I still have to apply mascara and maybe I'll do like a false lash. I applied a tiny bit of concealer just because, you know, I have very dark circles. My little one is not sleeping really well. I don't want to use too much blush, if that makes sense, because sometimes I do feel like I love blush. I don't think less is more. I do feel like the eyes, they don't look so as fierce as it does when you don't use a lot of color on your face, if that makes sense. But I do want to have a little bit of color, obviously, and a little bit of glow. So I'm going to use these Drunk Elephant Rosy drops. And at first I was like, is this really doing anything? Without makeup, it looks absolutely stunning. But I've never tried this with this much makeup on. So we'll see if it's going to make any difference. And I'm just going to apply this right here. Hopefully it doesn't mess with our makeup. Okay, maybe I applied a little bit too much. Kinda does mess a little bit with the makeup, but I think I've applied a little bit too much. Nothing too dramatic, but it did kind of like mess with the contour and a foundation, but we're going to fix that. A tiny bit of this blush. This is a perfect dupe of the Dior blush. This is from Colourpop and it says Prairie Air pressed powder blush. And I'm just gonna dab a tiny bit. Okay, I think I'm not really liking this. I think the blush is too bright. I want something dark. Maybe not as dark, but it's definitely more muted looking. So let's see if this is going to tone it down a little. I'm just going to blend my concealer. I'm going to line my lips with this budget-proof lip liner that I've been really loving lately. It's from Catrice. It's like €2.50 or something. And it's a plumping lip liner, and this is in the shade when I'm a little bit more pale. I really like Queen Vibes. That's my favorite shade, but now that I do have a tiny bit of a tan, it looks a little light. 040 Staring Roll. And it's actually pretty long lasting. And I'm actually going to use this MAC lipstick that I've never used before. This is the Introducing Powder Kiss lipstick. Oh, it's just called Introducing. And it's a really, really nice, gorgeous shade. This beauty mark is actually so small, but I love the placement of it, so I just like to accentuate that. And then this one as well, or otherwise this is going to turn out really grayish underneath foundation. I actually really want one right here, a la gingerly, but I don't have one. We can fake it, but like I'm just waiting for one to pop up there. It's just like I'm manifesting it. I'm just going to use a little bit of powder, not too much, because this foundation is pretty, even though we didn't use so much, pretty covering, so I don't want to accentuate any texture whatsoever. So just a tiny bit of Huda Beauty Banana Bread powder. The rosy drops from Drunk Elephant kind of messed up my makeup, so I don't think it's really like intended to use with a full glam look. It's really nice when you don't, like when you're not really wearing anything on your face, and then just kind of like have this beautiful natural glow. I'm quickly going to curl my lashes, add some mascara, and then I'll be right back. All right, so this is the final look. Loving it. I am 100% going to use this foundation more often, but like in the way that I've used it with like the fluid sheer and stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.